This is the tutorial. In this video, we're going to look at using some just resizing as grouping together and then using the transform palette. So with this one, really kind of simply, we are going to take these together, right? I can group them by Command G and then just making them bigger together, right? We're going to use that same idea when we go in here. I'm going to do a triangle. Why is it so tiny? Right, so I'm going to do this triangle, but let's go ahead and try to match this as much as possible. So I'm just going to line this up from the top. Let's get the height. All right, so now that we have our triangle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, we can use reflect. So if that's O on the keyboard is the reflect tool, and I can simply double click on that, or I can hit enter, and we're going to flip it and we're going to copy. So now we have two of those. And now what I'm going to take those is as a group, I'm going to maneuver those around, right? We're going to lock it in here. I see I have two of those. I'm going to take these two and move those in. And then I'm going to take two again, and we're going to move them here. You can see now I have that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these ones in the same direction. I'm going to click Option. And as I drag across, I'm going to hold down Shift to make sure that's in alignment. Same way over here. Click on this, hold down Option, drag, and move over. You know you're copying it when you hold down Option, you get these little double arrows, right? You can drag them over. So in this one, you can see it says use the transform palette to make this box. Now, I'm going to trust that you're going to do this and not just draw the box like this. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to first click here, and we're going to say, all right, well, the square size should be 8 by 10.5, and then do OK. Well, obviously that's not in the right position, so we're going to go and grab the transform palette. And we're going to look at here, and we're going to go from the corner that's here, and we're going to say, oh, it's 1/4 inch from the edge. So we're going to do 0.25 tab 0.25. And that puts it in the exact right position. Okay. So doing here, we're going to do the same thing. So this is 8.5 by 11. So we're going to make sure that this is 0, 0, 8.5 by 11. Okay. So now that we have that, we want to make another one that's going to be 1/2 inch smaller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that and edit, paste in place, and that was weird. Copy, edit, paste in place. Okay, now I'm just going to change the color just so we can see it. Let's just tear this one off here. Let's make this one blue. And what we're going to do is we're going to go -0.5. Make sure we shrink it from the center, right? -0.5, and then we're going to do -0.5. Okay. So what's interesting is I think my guides are off. That's all right. Let's just follow this using 0.5. Let's see. Oh, it's a 0.75. Okay. I can do that. All right, so copy, and then we're going to do edit, paste in place, and I'm going to change its color again so you can see it. And this time we are going to subtract 0.75. That's the measurement. I'll correct that. And then -0.75 again, and there we have mathematically correct, so you know those are exactly right. So here we're going to use the transform palette again. We're going to select on this, and our width we're going to divide in 2. So it's this oddball number here, and we're going to hit the / key and 2. But I want to scale it from the corner, so I got to make sure my reference point is in that corner, and we're going to go /2, and you can see it'll divide it. Now from this one, we want to make sure our anchor point starts on the right-hand side and moves left. So from the width, we are now going to do star, which is Shift 8, and 2.5. And you can see it multiplies it by 2.5. So this one as well, we're going to make sure it's in the left-hand corner. With our width, we're going to subtract 2, so that's minus, what is it? Oh, minus 1.25. And there it is, minus it out perfectly. And now we're going to extend this, so we need to make sure our reference point is in the right-hand corner, and we're going to add, so the plus key, 3.125. Right? So now what we have is it's perfectly mathematically correct as far as what that is. You can also in here, so you can look at that and go, oh, this width is weird, 5.2. So if you're really making something and you want them even, you can always just change their size right in there, and it's mathematically correct as far as the size. Okay, last one here is using the scale tool just to make this happen. So we're going to hit S on the keyboard or click in here and grab the scale tool, hit enter. I'm going to scale this by 75 and I'm going to hit copy. And I could do Command D and Command D, which is transform again, and it does the exact same thing. Now something interesting about transform again, let's go to, so that does the same. We'll get into other transforms that you can do to create more multiple effects. But transform again is a really good tool for us starting off, for us to replicate each of the transformations. So this was using the transform palette as well as just some duplication techniques.